The saying, going the extra mile, has a heavier connotation for Pepperdine student athletes. From morning workouts to practice, class, or completing assignments and projects, the daily life of a student athlete simply requires a lot of time.
Yeah, like it's really time consuming because I know a lot of sports some people like practice on the weekends too. But if you want to be well, if you want to do well be good at what you do, then yeah, it requires a lot of time.
Not to mention, the job requires much more than that, especially when it comes to traveling for away matches and game days. The biggest pressure of being a student athlete is truly a two-sided affair, to balance scholastic and athletic achievement on and off the playing field.
It's hard because I wanted to be the best at everything. I want to be the best student. I want to be the best athlete. I want to have the best social life. I want to have the best spiritual life. X, Y, and Z. And to be the best at something, you have to put so much effort into it. I think I did relatively well because I was all right at all of those things. But it's true, like you can't really split your time between, I guess, four things and be the best at all of them. You gotta kind of choose one.
In a survey conducted by the Pepperdine Academic Support Service, more than 80% of student athletes studied for 4 to 6 hours on average per day, while 12% studied for more than 7 hours. For most of the student athletes, trying to balance studying into an already packed schedule is not an easy task, but certainly one that is obtainable with good time management.
You gotta be a little more organized than most. You have to be very disciplined, not just in your sport, but in your life.
With over 17 total NCAA Division I teams in the university, more than 650 student athletes make up the 3,533 undergraduate student body. For most Pepperdine faculty members, there are no distinctions between non-student athletes and student athletes in the classroom, and each student is held to the same standards.
No, there aren't any special instructions I give to them beyond what I say to all students, and that is, for my courses, you need to stay current, you need to do your reading, you need to be fully prepared, and you need to manage your time wisely. And for student athletes or for a student involved with theater or any other pursuit, or have a job, they all have those same types of needs. So I don't treat student athletes differently than I do any other student.
Sometimes I don't even notice that they're a student athlete. Sometimes they're just, just the same as everyone else. Sometimes I can tell that they're struggling with getting the stuff done. They're missing a lot of classes for travel, and then their travel snowballs into missing stuff, and that becomes a problem. But most of the time, I can't tell who's an athlete or who's not unless they hand me that letter and I know who's been missing classes.
For student athletes that are seeking additional academic help, tutors, a quiet workplace, or academic advisors, they are all available at the Student Athlete Academic Services Office in Firestone Fieldhouse. So how can athletes go the extra mile and succeed in both the classroom and the field? With good time management and strong academic resources provided by the university faculty, Pepperdine student athletes are truly able to compete with purpose in the classroom and on the field. From Pepperdine University, I'm Arthur Pooh.